Game progression in Overkill's The Walking Dead. Let's take a look at what happens after you've successfully completed a mission. Alright, so we completed a mission successfully, the first shot on normal difficulty, and we got 1,000 points for a mission complete. You see that we have resources here that we collected for the mission reward, as well as upkeep paid, and these materials come in the form of scrap, provisions, and equipment. So, when you get out of here, you have paid 1 day of upkeep, which takes some of the provisions, some of the scrap, and some of the equipment, and your camp morale increases. So let me show you some of the things that you can do with these resources that you collected. Let's go to camp upgrades, and you'll see that we have the hub, the depot, the range, the radio, and the clinic. Now all of these are, well, these four, the depot, the range, the radio, and the clinic, are all based on the survivors that we have. So the clinic, for instance, is for the support class. It allows you to unlock levels of the clinic and get minimum requirements for things like these upgraded abilities, as well as different tools that you can use and swap out to, of course. The radio is for the scout, the range is for the tactician, and the depot is for the tank. So we can go to the hub here, and you'll see that the hub allows access to the central Georgetown and West End underpass areas of the city. The hub level 2 gives you access to the foggy bottom area of the city. So when you go to map, there's going to be some unlocks to go. You see routes right here. When we first unlock a mission, well, when we first unlock it, we'll go to camp and speak to the gentleman that'll give us the mission. I'll show you the camp in just a moment. But he gives you the access to be able to go through routes. So you can select these routes. These aren't available in or outside the beta. So you need to get, we'll need to get the full game before we access those. But for the West End, for instance, we can go to the map, and you'll see that I have Central Georgetown unlocked, and Hell or High Water is the story mission that we'll do next. Now, I did this mission successfully. It was really difficult. I didn't add too much value to it, so I'd like to run it a few more times before I show that to you. But I'm going to go ahead and show you the camp now. So here we are at the camp, and as you go through some of the missions, you'll unlock survivors, which give you access to different things. Right now, we don't have a whole bunch unlocked, but if I look outside, you're going to see a familiar scenario. Yeah, that's the level that we just beat. So here's some of the survivors that are all around. Because I played Aiden last mission, and I was still selected Aiden,
I care about different things now than I used to.
you'll see that everybody but Aiden is available. And we can go to the different survivors like the scout. They'll talk to you a little bit about things, and we can go and select missions. If we talk to Anderson, he doesn't have any missions available yet, but we also have a vault here, and you can select any weapons that you get from the vaults and also mods for them. So if we take a look at mods, for instance, you'll see that through our various victories, we've collected a few things, like we have a medium barrel for the shotgun, a short magazine, you know. We can dismantle these, we can favorite them, we can check compatibility for them, and of course we can modify our weapons. Compact short magazine and a pocket laser module. This looks really, really cool. So let's get away from mods just for a moment, and we'll head down and look around the camp a little bit. Here's the
When there's a storm,
marksman guy.
have to work hard to keep the ship afloat. That's as true in our situation.
So if we just look outside of here, this is our original camp. This is the camp that we just completed. There is a way down, if I remember correctly. It is right here. So if you go down, there is a ladder. You could jump down without any fall damage too. And we'll head down here, and you'll see that in the garage, which we pass through for planks all the time, they were in that corner right there, we have another guy, Caleb.
Next time you're out there, bring me back some paint for Rosie. The old girl's overdue for a touch-up.
So he's a garage manager, and he has a bunch of stored items that are available here. Now, we haven't unlocked any of those, and you can go right back up the ladder and back into the camp. So that's the gist of the camp and what we have unlocked so far. Now, outside of the camp, like from the map screen, for instance, there's a bunch of different screens that you could select from. Characters, survivors, camp upgrades, lost and found, and of course the vault that we were looking in before. But you can upgrade your weapons from here. So let's take a look at those modifications that we had earlier. This pocket laser module, for instance, where we have a standard red dot sight as well. There's a few different things. We have suppressors, magazines, barrels, and all of them have different compatibilities. You can right click and see the compatibility here. For instance, we have a Corvo 1150 that's compatible with it, which we happen to own. So if we left click on the right click on the Corvo, you'll see that we have a modification slot open. We'll left click on it and left click on it again, and it equips it, and now we have the augmented stats for it. We can confirm the modification, and now we have the modified Corvo. Now, if you're trying to figure out what weapons work for which characters, it's kind of self-explanatory when they are their base builds or whatever, but you can check it out by going to characters here and looking up skills, and you'll see, for instance, that Maya has submachine gun proficiency that she can learn in, a revolver proficiency that she can learn in, as well as the machete proficiency, which is her starting build. So if we wanted to upgrade a specific revolver, for instance, because she can use anything, you can take her back to the character and you can just change out what she's going to use. So we could use the FIK P255 if we wanted to. You know, we can equip her with the shotgun if we'd like to. She can have any build that you want, but if you really like if you really want to excel in one specific character, they only have those equipable loadouts for them. So let's take a look at the Corvo, and that's a revolver. So this will be something that she can excel in, and we can use that in game and stuff. If we go back to her skills, you'll see that she also has core abilities, and these are reflected in crafting, stamina, health, and weapons. You can see that she has primary weapon upgrades to increase reload speed and increase secondary reload speed. You can get health increases, regeneration increases, stamina upgrades, and crafting upgrades that would increase carrying capacity. Would be very, very nice for some things like those planks, for instance, I believe. Anything on that level would be cool, and you'll see that they have minimum requirements to go above and beyond, like radio level 1, for instance. We would have to go back to camp upgrades and go to radio and increase and select level 1 to do that. So now that we have that unlocked, for instance, we can go all the way back to characters and go to Maya, skills, core abilities, and we can actually select some of those abilities because we've increased the level of radio. So now let's take a look at survivors and some of the options that we have in these menus. You have missions, workstations, and survivors. So you can select survivors, and these are survivors that you can actually rescue in some of the missions. You can see here I recently got Ryder, which is a tactician. You can check their morale as well. Everybody's sad apparently. This will probably go up as we do things, but for workstations, for instance, we have the depot, the range, radio, and clinic, and these are all different things that we have. So let's check out the depot, for instance, and it says assign survivors to the depot workstation to improve health regeneration in game. Additional bonuses for tank survivors. So we can look to see, we have a tank. All right, so we can put the tank in here and confirm, and now we have a tank survivor in here. Now, can we select any other ones? It looks like it. What else do we have? A tactician, another scout, a support, a scout, and support. Okay, so we probably get a little bit better in the other workstations for some things. Range, okay, if we look at assigning survivors to the range station, generates less noise in a level. Additional bonus for tactician survivors. So we could put tacticians in here. We have a tactician here. Okay, we can confirm that. And it looks like as we level up, we'll get more assigned slots for everything. We have only one slot for the range, but radio we just upgraded, so we have 2 slots for it. Assign survivors to the radio workstation to start a level with extra crafting ingredients, additional bonus for scout survivors. And we do in fact have some scouts, I believe. Here's a level 1 scout, and this is a level 1 support scout. Okay, we have 2 scouts. We'll go ahead and confirm them. And the clinic, of course, is for revival. The clinic workstation to improve your odds at survival when downed. Additional bonuses for support survivors. And we do have 2 support survivors all ready to go. So as you level up all of these camp upgrades and start getting additional survivors, you can add them to the various workstations. You also have missions like get provisions, for instance. We can click on that. We'll need to get more provisions to keep the camp going, and someone will need to get out there and find them. So you can get passive. It looks like available survivor slot. Oh, let's see. So if we go to workstation and let's get out one of our scouts, confirm. Then we'll go back to missions, get provisions. It's for a scout mission, and we start. It looks like as time passes, they have a 90% success rate in order to get these rewards, which is a really, really cool perk. I love the progression of the game and the things that you can do in it. It's going to take a little bit more refinement to get it to a level that I can really appreciate. But so far, the game has some workings to be a wonderful, wonderful game. There's another beta coming up real soon, too, and they're going to unlock even more missions. So I'm excited about that. Do me a favor, guys. Check out here and here. I'm going to have a couple of videos that you can check out. One of them is going to be for this game. And I also have 2 channels. One that I upload VODs to from my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Zueljin, as well as this channel. You can subscribe using these buttons here. Thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, this is Zueljin signing off, and we'll see you next time.